Hello and welcome to The Spirit Safe. My name is Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me for what might be the last episode from our current location in downtown Vancouver. My wife and I are moving shortly to the suburbs, I'm afraid. Yeah, the restaurants are about to get a lot worse. But rest assured, The Spirit Safe will continue, and there will be some exciting things coming from the new location. So I've got some very interesting things. I've got a couple of very good bourbons. We're continuing our journey of discovery for bourbon together because I'm not an expert on it. We're learning together. And I've got some Springbank bottlings. I've got some flora and fauna bottlings from distilleries I've not tried before. I've got a couple of independent bottlings as well, all sitting on the shelf at the new location. So please do continue to like and subscribe and join us from the new location. Okay, so what do we have this time? Last time it was a 12-year-old. It was a 12-year-old Dalmore, which I enjoyed, but it was slightly hampered by the way it was presented. What we have now is a 12-year-old, which is presented in much the same way. It is artificially coloured, it is chill filtered, aged 12 years, and bottled at 40% also. But this is a whisky that I think is better, and I think hasn't been constrained by easily available. I don't think it's been constrained by the way it is presented, and here it is. It is the Balvenie 12-year-old Doublewood. You'll find this all over the place. It's like Pringles. It's like the, absolutely every supermarket in the UK of a certain size will stock it. Every liquor store in Canada stocks it, all over the place. And I always thought, well, this has got to be a big corporation, a Pernod Ricard or a Diageo, and it's not. It's the Grants family who own this. And also the Grants label has done very well as an independent company, independent Scottish-owned company, to find its way into a supermarket in Nepal. I mean, it's a bit weird. But here it is. It's packaged in this lovely tube, kind of a parchment colour with all of this kind of Times New Roman and all of this old-fashioned handwriting font as well, and it really does scream single malt. It says that it's matured in two different kinds of casks, whiskey oak and sherry oak. Whiskey oak is, to me, is completely meaningless. I think what they mean is ex-bourbon barrels here. Whiskey oak. No, as soon as I see something like that, I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? So here it is. This cost me 93 Canadian dollars plus taxes. Balvenie, for some reason, trades at quite a high premium in Canada, whereas in the UK and other countries it's reasonably well priced. I think it sells for less than £40 at supermarkets in the UK, and I think you might be able to pick it up on a good day for 35 or maybe even less. Okay, so here we have it, the Balvenie Doublewood. I've tried a couple of Balvenies. I was buying the Founders Reserve in what seems like the dim and distant past, 2008-9. I've had a couple of bottles of the Doublewood. I had a miniature of it recently to see that it was still of the standard that I remember, and then I moved on to the Islay whiskies. So I sort of left this behind and then thought, actually, yeah, we'll have a we'll have a Balvenie again. So here we are. Nice colour, reddish copper, not natural colour, I'm afraid. Oh, fruity on the nose. Really is like a fruit cocktail. Rosy red apples, slightly green banana, apricot and dried mango, hints of almond and Brazil nut, kind of a syrupy fruit, like a fruit reduction in a weird way. Big nose, and you don't have to try too hard, it just presents itself. This is a fruity nose, and you wouldn't guess that this is chill filtered actually. It really does confound the presentation. A very slight hint of peat or barrel char. Kiwi fruit, loads of kiwi fruit. Hint of cream dessert of some kind, but it's giving the impression that this is going to be slightly sour on the palate, which Balvenie can be. Really lovely thing, this. Slightly smoky, very fruity, kind of sour malt. It builds to a warm, slightly creamy finish, and then it's gone really quickly, probably as a result of the low alcohol content and the chill filtration that's taken place. And by the way, they talk about the whiskey oak and the sherry oak. What I get here is quite a lot of ex-bourbon, probably not all first fill ex-bourbon, and I think the sherry oak is not all that easy to detect. I think most of the fruitiness here has actually come from the spirit itself. Creamy at that time. And condensed milk. Buttery. This is really very good. For something that's available at every supermarket in the UK and every liquor store in Canada. In the UK for a wonderful price, in Canada not so much, but you know, this is Canada. I think this is a pretty competent malt. Best foot forward, owned by a Scottish company. Despite, it's a real shame that it's being bottled at just 40%, but actually they've got some real traditional production going on at Balvenie. They actually still malt their own barley. They use all Scottish barley, I believe, and they do their own floor malting. And not many distilleries still do their own floor malting. Many buy the malt already produced, and it's done in big drums at a very large facility, supplying all sorts of distilleries and actually breweries as well. But Balvenie using Scottish barley, they're doing the floor maltings, so it just sort of a bit strange that they do all this chill filtration as well. But anyway, they've produced something that really is a very, very competent malt. It's worth the money, well worth investing in, well worth trying. Good for beginners because on the nose it sort of reveals itself straight away and you don't have to sit there and ply away at it. Have I got more skateboarders again? Oh yes, we have. Again. And they're like 40 as well. It's ridiculous. You go out there expecting to find these 10-year-old kids and it's like a 40-year-old chartered accountant on a bloody skateboard. It's ridiculous. Oh dear, there's another one. Okay, I think I'll leave it at that. This is highly recommended as far as I'm concerned. It's a really good one for the collection. It's one of those where you can't really say that you're a malt fan unless you've at least tried it. I'm keen to try the 14-year-old Caribbean cask, which is a Balvenie I've not yet tried. The 15-year-old single barrel is starting to get a bit expensive. Even the Doublewood, anything with Balvenie on it, trades at a premium in BC. But yeah, this is really, really good. I can't imagine not having another bottle of Balvenie in the collection in the next 12 months. Anyway, I'll say good night to everybody. I'm very tired of been packing all day, ready to move to the new place. So this may be the last review from this location, or I might get another one in before we do move. In any case, it's been a pleasure. Speak to you soon. Cheers. Happy Easter. And we'll see one another again. Cheers. Bye-bye.